You remember what Trump said when he was running? He said, Hillary, why are all your people taking the Fifth Amendment? That just means you're guilty. That is what the mob does. That is what the mob does. You must be guilty for doing the Fifth Amendment. And everybody ran with that. The New York Times and everybody ran, and they actually unfairly. I'm not a Hillary fan, but they were unfair to Hillary. It was the woman thing and a bit more. Well, I mean, on the cross connection, they covered that. I want you to see what they had to say, and then we'll take it on the other side. Check this out, and we'll be right back.
I want you to take a listen, because you brought up that the fact that these two could essentially plead the Fifth. But take a listen to what Donald Trump said about people who plead the Fifth.
When you have your staff taking the Fifth Amendment, taking the Fifth, so they're not prosecuted. Fifth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Fifth Amendment. Horrible. Horrible. Her staffers taking the Fifth Amendment. How about that? There are 5 people taking the Fifth Amendment, like you see on the mob, right? You see the mob takes the Fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment?
So I just think it's really interesting that he, constantly contradicts himself, but I don't think his base, ever cares to hold him accountable for when he does that. It seems like the people holding this president accountable the most are Tish James, and of course in Georgia, Fani Willis, with the whole election denier case. I want to get into this National Archives story a little bit. Now, the National Archives did confirm that Trump took 15 boxes of documents to Mar-a-Lago after he left the White House. We talked about that in the open, including some documents marked as top secret. Now, Trump, of course, has denied all wrongdoing, as he is known to do. But we're also having this conversation while there are rumors circulating about him running in 2024. Will this have any impact on midterms? Will it have any impact on the speculation about him running again? And I should say we're way over time, but I do want to give you a chance to answer.
I'm just going to say very quickly, the hypocrisy of the New York Times here is off the charts. If you look at what they did with Hillary Clinton and her alleged email scandal versus how they basically buried the story of Trump eating classified documents, is off the charts and shows you just how much bias we have in the media for Trump. In terms of punishments, I think that one of the problems here is that the Presidential Records Act has no teeth. But the destroying of classified documents, that's what we got Oliver North on. So we should maximally prosecute that. And yes, it could be used to prevent him from running for office again. And again, this happened in Iran-Contra. It can happen again if we have prosecutors willing to go to the mattresses to get this guy any way they can.
Yes, it's time to get this guy. We also must remember that Donald Trump Jr. took the Fifth Amendment over 500 times. So the truth of the matter is, yes, we have a double standard in the way the news media is covered. And believe it or not, part of the responsibility of January 6th is because we gave so much traction to Donald Trump, who was able to mislead so many people, who got their minds fried and got all of them running down to Washington, D.C. for an insurrection that many of them now see Donald Trump was just there to use them, and when they got into trouble said, bye-bye. And now in order to win, he's saying, well, maybe if I run and you guys elect me, I'll pardon you. So please, please, please elect me, please. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.